Ito magiging tennis yun. Hello, my name is Danny Kabuhat. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Today I'm in San Francisco and I'm going to present my ideas to my friends here. And this will be the first and the second process on how to produce rains when water and power sources are unlimited or limitless. It must be unlimited. First, California needs rain, a lot of it. Remember 25-30 years ago when I'm driving along I-5 going from San Diego all the way to San Francisco, you will notice that 25% of the crops are being let to die because the state congressmen in the whole California declared that you're not allowed to use the same amount of water the previous year, 25 years ago or 30 years ago. So you need to destroy 25% of your crops so that you are forced not to use 100% of the water that you've been using for the last years. Now, assuming that is 1,000 gallons, you can only use 750 gallons. And to make sure that you will be forced to do that, you are going to destroy 25% of your crops. And you know why is the reason why you need to destroy your 25% of your crops? It's because of the Sacramento River, about the small fish. You cannot suck in so much water from the Sacramento River because of that small fish. Now, I want you to know that according to the statistics, $1 trillion of potential sales from Sacramento all the way to Delano are being produced by the Central Valley farmers. It's vegetables, oranges, grapes, and anything related, pistachios, anything related to agriculture. It's being supplied actually to the whole United States and the whole part of the world. So it's very important that we need the rain. Remember, they destroyed 25% of their crops during that time. Now it will going to be more harder for the next previous years if the weather pattern will continue, because it will be getting worse because of the changing of climate. Now, how did I come up with the rain? Do you know that when I was in Bellagio, that's the idea that we can make rains. Actually, the rain on the second process is this. This is a 100-year-old technology. This is magnifying glass, and look, when the sun hits this, it goes all the way down and it will burn the paper. And this is a fact. You cannot say no to this. You did this before when you are in high school. This is the level that I'm going to explain to you on how to produce rains. Malu, is the elementary level. Elementary level means you will really understand it very easily. The college level or the secondary level or the third level is Elon Musk level, and it will take you 65 years to learn that third level. Now, remember this, when assuming that you stay there and you are right here in the street, and Celine Dion is singing for 35 minutes, and this one is the height of the spewing of the fountain will depend on the tone of the voice and the dancing of the water. And for some reason that the tone is so high, this will reach up to 6 floors. And here comes the miracle. The wind blows this way and you're standing here. What did you feel? Did you feel anything when the wind blows this way and you're right here standing on the street? Yeah, the mist. You feel the mist. Why did you go to the beach? Why did you go to the beach near the Golden Gate Bridge? So that you become cold because of the mist. By law of nature, the cold air pushes the hot air. It's not done by a human being. It's the nature. Normally, the cold air pushes the hot air. Same thing with this. When the cold air pushes the hot air here. Now, for some reason, you are the guest of the mayor of Las Vegas, and he is standing right there beside you, and he called the Bellagio fountain management that because he is the mayor, told them that, hey, turn that on for, because my friend become cold because it's so hot in Vegas. Can you turn that on for 5-10 minutes? Or else, why not turn it for 5 hours? No, turn it on for 30 hours. No, 30 days. So what will happen to the street? It will become super saturated with moisture. Lots of hydrogen and oxygen presence on the all the way there, as long as as far as the wind can bring the mist, the particles of water. Remember that. Why did you go to the Pacific Beach? Why did you go to the Sausalito Beach? To cool down. It's the same thing, because you need to cool down. I went to Dubai, and this Bellagio is 10 floors high and that's three times bigger. This is the Dubai fountain in Dubai. I stayed there for, if you watch my videos there, I have 5 videos. And if this will, you can feel it, the coldness, because the wind is so powerful and so high. The moist and the mist of water is being spread too much. It will become so cold, even though the temperature is 100 or 98 degrees or something. Now, you cannot deny this. These are facts. These are facts. I didn't invent this. This is already there. I just mixed them all together and found out that we can find tweak it together, and I found out that there's a big result. If we will multiply that by 100,000 times or 10,000 times. Now, this is the second process of the rain. That's the first process. Remember, if you produce this, if the mayor of Las Vegas told Bellagio to let this water fountain being spewed or turning on for the next 30 days or 30 months or 30 years, this is not reality. You know why? Look what will happen. You see this? See this? This is Lake Mead. This is Hoover Dam. You been there? Hoover Dam? Hoover Dam is 110 foot down. So you cannot use any more water to use there, because it's being used for drinking only now this time. Actually, 3 to 4 weeks ago, they released the water storage of Colorado, because they have only 50 days water supply, including New Mexico, a month or 2 months ago. So it's really true, because once they release it, this water level will gonna go up slowly. Now, again, this is Lake Mead. Look what will happen. This is in Las Vegas. And look, this is Lake Powell, 750 miles away. This is 110 foot down too. First, the water from Colorado will gonna go here, and another couple of days or a couple of weeks, it will gonna go to that Lake Mead in Nevada, because Nevada is 750 miles or 300 or 500 miles is distance difference from Arizona. So it will slowly going down. Now, how did I come up with so this is not reality. It's not feasible, because remember the title of my process, how to produce rains when water and power sources are unlimited or limitless. Where can you find the source of water that is unlimited? Right there in the ocean, right here in the ocean. Where can you find the unlimited source of power? Okay, now, have you seen this before you cross the border of Nevada and California? Have you seen this when you drive along I-15? Okay, this is called, I'm sorry, kinuha ko yun. This is called Ivanpah Bright Source Energy Concentration Solar Power Project. This is a mile or two south of the border of Nevada before you cross near Whiskey Peaks. This is financed by Google. This is $2 billion. Now, why did I come up with this? Because of this. Remember I told you from the very beginning, this is a fact that when you let this thing being hit by the sun and the paper is there, it will burn the paper. Now, this will do the opposite. Remember, these are 20,000 parabolic mirrors. You can visit this, you can Google it. Iban pa Power Project by Google. It's financed by Google. Now, these 20,000 parabolic mirrors catches the sun rays, and all the 20,000 parabolic mirrors hits this part. And this is as big as a truck, or this is big, and it's filled with liquid that absorbs heat. That, have you seen the steam engine, the train, the train that you put coal or you put wood, and it produces steam to make the train goes forward and backward? It's exactly the same thing. It powers the generator because of the heat, and it produces electricity going north to Las Vegas and for the previous days it goes to south to California. You know why? California needs a lot of electricity because of the heat. Everybody is using the AC. So again, this is the same thing as your radiator of your car. The radiator of your car maintain the temperatures of the engine. This one, because of the concentrated heat that the mirror is being reflected back to this part of the machine, it makes the machine moves faster and faster, generating electricity. You know, like the steam engine or the train that moves that 50 years ago, 100 years ago. It's the same process because there's no diesel during the time 100 years ago. So the train billows so much with so much smoke. Okay? So did you understand so far?
Mm-hmm.
So these are facts. I didn't invent this. I just put them all together. Now, why is this related to the wind, to this? To this. This is okay. Have you been to FedEx? This is conveyor belts. Conveyor belts. Obviously, you know this. Now, conveyor belts is to move material from left or right or to go backward. Now, assuming that this is the unlimited source of power, because the sun, you cannot drain it. That's why in the YouTube video, it's about the unlimited source of power. How can you drain the sun's power? It's unlimited as long. And do you know that these are 20,000 parabolic mirrors? This is 5 to 10 years ago. Do you know that there's 3 of these now there in the same place? Because of the high efficiency, they produce so much energy. At 1 o'clock in the morning, it still powers the machine to generate electricity. Now, why is this related to this? Because assuming that you suck or you pump the water from the ocean, from the ocean going to the desert, and this conveyor belt, as you imagine, will be 200 foot wide by 2,000 feet long. It needs to be big enough to produce a lot of process, because if you don't produce a lot of available hydrogen and oxygen or mist or particles of rain, you cannot produce enough condensation. You need to produce a lot of condensates so that it will pour down after condensing. Now, why is this related to this one and that one? Remember, this is a conveyor belt. It is made of metal. Have you seen the M1 Abrams tank? It's made of metal. And this is 200 foot wide by 2,000 foot long. And the water from the ocean, not from the bottom, because that was unlimited as of right now. Because you will pump the water from the ocean, goes to the desert, passes through the conveyor belt that is made of metal, that is 200 foot wide and 2,000 foot long, and it will be hit. It will be hit by the rays of the powerful. Remember, water evaporates at 212 degrees. And if you look at the number of degrees that this will produce, within a few milliseconds, the water will become gaseous because of the temperature that these parabolic mirrors will produce, and the water will evaporate right there, and it will become moisture. It will go up there on the clouds, and hopefully it will condensate and it falls as a rain. Remember, 200 foot wide, 2,000 foot long conveyor belt that is metal, and hopefully it will make and drop as rain after a few days, or after a few months, or after a few hours. Now, what will happen, assuming that your imagination is this is 200 foot wide by 2,000 foot long, at the end of the conveyor belt, what will be the byproduct? Remember that the heat of that parabolic mirrors will be focused on the conveyor belts, and every time that this moves that way, it will hit superheatedly the water from the ocean. At the end, the byproduct, you know what happened? Is salt. We will produce a lot of salt, that the whole world can be supplied by salt because of this process. Now, this, do you understand? Am I making sense? Is it true? Is it?
Yeah, it's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact. Because you know, when you make yung asin from the Philippines, they have an acre of flat land. They let the water from the ocean, the sea, and let it dry there for 6 months. But this one it takes a few seconds that you can produce a lot of salt at the end of that conveyor belt that is 200 foot wide, 2,000 foot long. And then I need 10 of that here. I need 10 of that. And it costs $500 million each, approximately. If you ask me the numbers, I need 50 engineers like you, to be behind me to support the numbers. Right now, it's all moving target. And as you can see, this is the United States of America. This is Baja California, this is Mexico. I need 2 of that here, 2 of that south of San Diego, near Imperial Beach, and 10 between San Francisco and Los Angeles. And the water will be pumped on the desert, which the land is available. Hopefully, we will not get too much litigation or liability, and we will produce that process. See, we will produce a lot of moisture on the air. Now, this is the Lake Powell in Arizona. This is the reason why I sued the governor. You know, if you go drive along the Pacific Coast Highway in Santa Barbara, there's 18 of these. These are all drilling rigs that is it's rusting for the last 30 years. Okay, remember that we can have a use for this. Now, why is this picture and this picture is the Queen Elizabeth. This is the cruise liner from London. I told you, I just put them all together. I just thought about it. And this is the second process now. The first process is the Bellagio fountain. The second process is that parabolic mirrors. The third process, it will be different. Now, okay. Why is this all drilling rig and this Queen Elizabeth and this picture related? Why? Now, according to, there's a fire right here in your area, or south of Los Angeles. The newsman will call this fire tornado. You know why? Did you hear about this? Did you watch the video about the fire tornado when somebody is burning the trees?
Sonoma ba yun?
Yeah, in Santa.
Sonoma.
Yeah, so no, any place that there's a really available source of food or fuel for the fire, it produces this. You know, they call this, according to the newsman, this is called fire tornado. That's how they call. Did you hear it? Did you hear that before? On the newsman, during fire. Okay, you know why they call it fire tornado? It creates its own weather. You know why? Anything that this fire tornado passes through, it will become an ashes. So is it true, Malu? Is it reality? Do you have a question there? Did you hear this before? Did you watch this before? Google it. It's in Google. It's called fire tornado. Fire tornado produces its own weather. Now, this one is doing the opposite of what I'm going to tell you here. Right here. Now, this is Queen Elizabeth. There's 2,000 tourists here. And before they reach the Hudson River in New York, 2 fireboats are being, they will meet the Queen Elizabeth, because there's 2 fireboats is going to meet them. You know why? The mayor of New York is very grateful to the cruise liner. You know why they're grateful? There's 2,000 tourists there, and they're not millionaires, they're multi-millionaires. And you know what? Once they get into New York, they will feed New York at least $2 billion when they stay there. And why they squirt the bow of the Queen Mary is to show them that the people of New York are grateful. This is true. Google it. If you Google it, it's there. I just put them all together. Now, remember this. Remember the Las Vegas water fountain? It's 6 floors high. This one is 20, 30 floors high. This is so high now. It's the same thing as this. This is 20, 30 stories high now. It produces so much heat. Now, if you install 5,000 or how many of this fire, remember when the fireman distinguished fires here when somebody is burning, something is burning, a building, there's only 6 diameter hose, and that's too powerful now too. What about this? This one is probably 12 inches diameter or more, or whatever. So this produces so much moisture, so much particles of water, particles of that will make hydrogen and oxygen, or particles of mist. Now, if you put, there's at least, I don't know how big is the water pumps there now. All you need to do is put a lot of those this fireboat thing. What do you call this? Sir? Where the fireman is using the water. It's being squirted, and it's already 30 stories high. Now, look what will happen. Again, the law of nature. The law of nature states that the cold air pushes the hot air. So it produces a lot of particles of mist, particles of water, or droplets of water there that is circling because of that action there. Then you will producing a lot of mist or a lot of hydrogen and oxygen that it might go up there and make us condensate, hopefully, and drops as rain. Is it true? Is it? I just thought about it. Okay, yeah, but you can question me now. Now, but can I do this now? Okay, because these 3 are related. Now, if this can produce a lot of heat, why can't you make the opposite of the fire tornado? Instead of fire tornado, we will produce mist tornado, hydrogen and oxygen tornado, because this is so powerful. There's a big water pump there already pumping oil. Remember that. It's already existing. So, you can produce the opposite of the fire tornado. You will produce mist tornado, hydrogen and oxygen tornado, moisture tornado, that it might go to the space, to the clouds, and condensate and produce as a rain. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
So if you have 18 of these there, and you can make a lot of moist availability in the air and hopefully it condensate and drop as a rain. We will make a small storm if you can do this. Again, this is the first process, and the second process is the parabolic mirror. That's the second process. The third process will be videotaped on December 24. If it will be uploaded on my video. Now, see, this you know this lake. You know this lake? This is Lake Shasta in north of Sacramento. It's 80 foot down. We need water. We really need rain. And the only source of limited water is from the ocean. It cannot be from the underneath here because it's very limited there and it's so deep. And you can only use a 24-inch diameter tube to suck the water, and after a few years, that will deplete. So, now, you know this is in Arizona. This one is the Navajo coal-fired power generating station. This is Phoenix, this is I-10, this is I-8, coming from San Diego. Now, remember this. This was demolished in 2019. After 46 years, remember, they turned this on for 46 years. You know why? Because Arizona needs electricity. But because of these fumes, remember the Grand Canyon is 325 miles away, and for 46 years all the fumes, benzene, methane, goes to the Grand Canyon, and Grand Canyon is 2 miles deep. It stays there, and now the Grand Canyon is hazy. It's exactly the same machine that is in between Chula Vista and Imperial Beach. They demoed that too between 5 to 10 years ago because of the same problem, because of these fumes that is being produced going to Chula Vista, downtown San Diego or Lakeside, going northeast. That's why they demo that exactly the same thing. Now, assuming that you are, okay, if you are Governor Newsom, can you please help me run my machine instead of 46 months? Run it for 46 years. Run it for 46 years, 46 months, and we might be getting some result. Am I making sense now, or do you think is this impossible, or it's?
I just want to connect everything.
Yeah, sige. Okay.
Yeah. Can I use the whiteboard?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So how can?
Okay.
It's okay. I like
Kasi,
that. Yeah. So
you said,
yeah. See.
let's say this is your cloud, right?
Mhm.
You said this cloud will produce rain.
Mhm.
Then this is your area,
Mhm.
and this is the ocean.
Mhm.
So you need to construct 18 hydroelectric
No,
power.
it's been existing there
It's
for the last
existing.
35 years. It's not being used.
Oh.
There's 18 of these there.
Oh.
There's
So you need 18.
no, we need
Only
actually
one?
all the way to. Oh, I just need one right now to
Oh.
show if it's really working. It's going to work. You know why? Remember, the success of this will be depending on the.
What's the use of the conveyor?
Oh, the conveyor is
Yes.
the second process.
The second process.
Oh.
This is
Okay.
the first process. Remember,
Oh.
there's three process.
Mhm.
There's three processes on how to make rains,
Mhm.
and just mix it together. And on December 24, the three processes are mixed together.
So how can you convey the water coming from the hydroelectric power going to the cloud?
Okay. Once, okay. My video is there on that because I can show you.
Mhm.
Okay, now, assuming that this is 30 stories high,
Mhm.
okay, and assuming that this is 30 stories high, right here, assuming. Now,
How about the cloud?
no, we will go from there. Remember this, because of the force of this, some of the particles of the burned materials goes up there. That's why miles away, miles and miles away, there's dust, particles of burned materials that is available anywhere. You can see the dust that you feel. There's a big volcano volcano that was erupting. The whole world that is parallel to the wind stream or the air stream will gonna go this way, and this is the world.
Circulate na.
It circulate. It's the same thing here. Remember, again, the law of nature. The cold air forces the hot air to go move that way. That's why you produce a lot of wind. And because you're going to turn this on for 46 months instead of 46 years, we might produce a lot of condensation on Santa Barbara, or if the wind is so powerful enough, it goes all the way to Bakersfield or somewhere near the mountains. It's a moving target when you produce the train. That's the only problem that I cannot solve, because the direction of the wind I cannot control. See, if I can only control the wind, man, you will not be calling me Danny. It will be Santo Danilo.
So it's like malaking poso.
Yeah, but you squirt it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that because of, remember this one. This is available now. All you need to do is produce 10,000 of this on one of that, and there's 18 of this already from Santa Barbara alone, 15 miles west of Santa Barbara.
So
How about the one?
Kung sakali, how many measurement of water?
Oh no, it depends. That one you're talking about the college level now. I need 50 engineers behind me. You're talking about numbers. When you talk about numbers, I need 50 engineers behind me, and I have the video there on my phone. See, on the second process, I have a big hot plate, and I make the hot plate so hot, and I make the water boils, and
Oh, yeah.
remember
Yung
the hot plate that is really hot.
Na-experiment na namin nung
Is that
high
existing
school.
also?
Oh yeah, actually there's 3 of this now.
Uh-huh.
And this is made by Google, financed by Google. Right here, Google it. Even pa, Bright Source Energy Concentration Solar Power Project.
Power.
Yeah, see?
Pero sa kanila yan.
But you have to ask permission from them.
Oh, you need to go ask permission for them to
So
go.
these are only hypothetical.
Why is it hypothetical?
Kailangan pong mag-ano kayo ng isang
Hindi na gusto niya.
certain na para maging into conclusion po. Hindi pa
Into
siya
action.
conclusive.
Into
Oo.
action.
Oh,
Yeah.
I cannot take the telephone there because whatever you're asking me, it's already on the phone.
Ah,
Right there. See, okay, this is the conclusion, the answer for your question. There's a big hot plate right here. And I turned the LPG on to hot, and then I made the water so hot too at the same time. And once this is really hot, try to drop it. Try to drop the water there. Sprinkle the hot water already hot, and the hot plate. What will happen to the water? Remember, water transform into gas once it reaches to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The problem with the ocean is you cannot produce rain rapidly in the ocean, even though that's the primary source of rain is from the ocean. You know why? Because of the wave. The wave do this, and then that's why you stay on the beach. Why did you go to Pacific Beach? Why did you go to that beach right there in Delhi City? Because of the cold.
So ang ano niyan, kunwari tayong mga gusto niyang pag-anuhan, i-convince na
Now, assuming,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yun
See,
yun.
that's
Yun
why I
ang
asked you.
point niya, Han. So paliwanag ko kunwari ha. Kunwari teacher ako. Tatlong process how to produce water.
What rain?
So rain or water, di ba? Slash
It will
water.
drop.
Yeah.
Because it will drop, definitely.
Kaya lang
It
rain
will
kasi
go drop.
kailangan niya tumaas para bumaba. Dahil
Oo, kasi
rain.
pagka nag-condensate dun sa itaas,
Oo.
it will drop as a rain. Yeah.
Si Newsom.
Governor
Newsom.
Newsom.
Ito na. So, yung process niyo, first yun lang, yung sa
Ito yung second process.
Second process niya,
Solar.
Project.
Oo.
Yung first is just to squirt water
Mhm.
above.
Mhm.
Yun
That's
yun,
it.
yung ano.
Yeah, yun ang first process.
First and
But you
second,
need
no.
10.
Okay, who will operate? Who
No.
will finance?
Now you're talking differently now.
Oo.
Again, that is the second level now. The
Ano,
second
kasi
level.
yun yung project nyo po, magbe-benefit yan farmers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and again, $1 trillion. Now,
Farmers.
this one is $5 billion only.
Farmers mag-earn sila ng money
Mhm.
para dun sa crops
Not
nila.
not just
Pero
that.
yung mag-ooperate niyan government.
Hindi,
Mhm.
hindi.
Paano ako kung ako si government, how could I fund it?
No, you need to make the plus and minus the benefits. Remember, I told you before about the $1 trillion sales of
I
the.
don't think malaki project.
Oh, this is $5 billion.
I know, pero yung comeback ng money is for the farmers, not for me.
Oh no,
Hindi,
you will be
para sa lahat
benefited.
yan.
Your children will be benefited too. You know why? You know why? The trees will become green. The mountains will become trees. The trillion trees will be materialized.
I don't know.
Remember? Why?
Well,
Why?
yung pag-squirt kasi nung ano, it's depend upon the wind din.
Oh yeah,
Yung
that's why I
control.
told you. There's no guarantee. But remember, the wind goes from. Remember.
Ang wind,
The wind
is by nature, di ba?
Mhm.
So you're planning to pour rain in California.
Mhm.
Pero ang wind is by nature, hindi mo lang kung saan pupunta.
Oh yeah.
Baka mamaya ang wind pumunta doon sa Pilipinas.
Sa ocean.
No, it will never. It will go to the Philippines or
Kasi yung wind nga.
Yeah, gumagano yan.
Oo,
Yung wind
hindi mo alam
pattern
eh.
sa
Saan
satellite,
pupunta eh.
makikita mo talaga eh.
Unpredictable po.
Oo, kaya nga wala naman akong guarantee. I want.
Even the rain, hindi nyo rin ano.
Oh, yeah,
Kasi
there's no
hindi nyo rin-
guarantee.
hindi
Kasi yung
pupunta
cloud,
rain.
gumagalaw din yan.
There's
Hindi
no-
pupunta yung clouds.
Anything I said is there's no guarantee where it will fall.
Unless you
But
the clouds.
you are going to produce a lot of rains. You will produce a small storms.
Magagalit sa inyong Pilipinas.
No, you will not. You will not target
Yung rain.
Philippines. It just go locally here. Look. Sir,
Dito pa lang yun,
It,
sir.
it will not go anywhere. But from halimbawa Santa Barbara, you produce that particular process in Santa Barbara,
May
which is
process kasi siyang gagawin. Kaya siguro like 70-30.
Ang
Kasi
process
there's
mo kasi,
Yeah.
mag-produce ka ng rain, pero yung rain manggagaling doon sa ocean
Mm.
na dinadala ng wind.
Mhm.
Hindi mo makokontrol ang wind kung
Mhm.
siya pupunta, kung saan
Mhm.
area.
But
Yun.
for example, look, this is San Fernando Mountains.
Oh.
This is LA.
Mhm.
Okay, now, do you know that I found out that because of the limitation of the moisture now, when the rain is being produced naturally, once the clouds goes on top of San Fernando valleys or the San Fernando mountains, it just stops there and it drops. It's
Yeah.
very hard to go forward. You know why? Because of what you said about the wind pattern. If the wind is so low, then it stops right there because of the mountain is blocking it. Remember, but if you watch the video, the second process of the rain on the YouTube, the wind, there's a lot of moisture being produced, the hydrogen, oxygen. It will fly all the way to Apple Valley, across from that mountain, because remember the pattern of the wind is so high that the particles of moisture, the hydrogen and oxygen that will form as remember water is H2O. That two parts of hydrogen, one part of oxygen will mix right there and it passes through the mountain. And there's plenty because you are helping the mother nature produce the rain by using that process there. By using actually this one is already in the desert. You will not do this near Daly City or near San Francisco because this is not reality. You need to bring this to Nevada, suck the water, because remember the water from Southern California came from this city, from this Lake Shasta, 750 miles away.
Hindi mo ba power source yan?
Huh?
Power source.
Oh yeah, this. Oh, didn't.
Solar
Okay,
yan.
this
Solar
is
power.
okay. Again, remember this.
I know. Power source po yan, di ba?
Oh yeah, this
Solar
one is 20,000 parabolic mirrors. It do the opposite of this.
So
It-
ano po sinusupply niyo?
Ano sinusupply niyo?
Oh, this generates electricity.
Electricity.
There's a big machine here. Actually, you can go to the website, Ivan
So
pa.
electricity po siya.
Mhm.
Hindi how could it make rain?
Oh no. Okay. Now thank you for asking me. Now, remember, you're only asking for the principle that what can this do? Remember, there's 20,000 parabolic mirrors, and the degree of heat and the number of what you call this? Remember, there's assuming that there's 20,000 degrees heat that fuels to this part. Look what will happen to this.
I know.
Then it's the same thing with the water. If the 20,000 degrees, remember water becomes gaseous 212. Why not try it for 1,000 degrees? What will happen to the water? It
How
will
could you
suck.
bring water there?
Oh, you
Sa
pump it.
desert,
You pump
Sa
it.
desert nga to.
Wala siya ng ano
you
dyan.
Wala
pump
siya
it.
ng power.
Power dyan.
That's why the
Hindi
title
siya
is
ang power ang kukunin mo sa
Power
kanya.
ang kukunin sa
because this is unlimited source of power.
You said,
How can you drain the sun?
The hydroelectric.
Magkakalayo yung
So-
location.
Oh yeah, because you cannot do that here.
Pwede ba?
That's why it
And
involves.
kailangan niya ng
This
permission
one.
to
Yeah.
This one.
kailangan maggumawa.
Ang magpapatakbo nito, ang magpapatakbo nito ay yung power na nagagaling.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Then ito naman,
You have the big
Hindi ko natapos.
line
ito
there.
naman ang magko-convey, yung
Saan naman?
Ito yung mag-square.
Mag-i-squirt lang
Mag-square.
siya.
This is the first process.
oh, pero may electric yan eh.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
this
so
is
yung
machines.
power niyan manggagaling doon.
Yeah. This one too. You can do that too, or you can use the diesel powered water.
Pwede diesel.
Water. Oh yeah.
So,
The water pump.
electricity, yung electricity niya
Yeah.
manggagaling
It's
doon.
been there for so long and it's not being used. We can use the.
Tapos gagamit ka ng conveyor, manggagaling naman.
So if you cannot understand me right now, watch that video with the big your computer there, and you can understand it better. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I can convey something from you.
That could be
Especially with
that
you.
could be possible, kuya, kaya
Yeah.
lang.
Big
Oh, big.
money.
Oh,
Big money.
Firma mo
remember
yung budget.
remember for the last 6 months,
Gobernador.
you know what the United States government did to Ukraine? How much $1 billion did they send? All I'm asking is $5 billion to finance 10 of these. 2 in Baja California, 2 south of San Diego, and 10 or 8 between LA and some
That's
here.
another story.
5 billion for construction.
$500 million each. But that's a moving target. I don't know.
How much po yung pag-operate?
I don't know. You know what? I told you this is moving target. Look, that's why I told you I'm going to explain this to you in elementary level. If you ask me about the numbers, I need you. I need 50 more engineers. I need hundreds of attorneys. Because remember, when you suck the water from the ocean, passing to the ranchers or to the land that you will pass through, then you will get liability.
Wala pa siya.
5 billion project. Trial project.
Firma mo na, go.
No, just do the
Trial.
first one first.
Trial.
Remember,
Wala. Kahit
Go
na
First
sabihin
step
Assuming-
lang muna.
fixed amount.
remember, governor, whoever is the governor of Nevada,
Usapin ko yung mga ano.
Arizona. Why did you let this on for 46 years? 46 years, and then you demo this in 2019 because of this, and because there's a lot of solar farms now, lots of those windmills. There's no need
That's
for
why
this
they-
now.
Pero don't get
they
me wrong
come
po,
up
ano?
with that
Huh?
one po because they have to try it first.
No, you don't try it because why did you try it for 46 years? No, it's been proven. This is available technology 20, 50 years ago. Now, this technology is 100 years, that one is 10 years, and we just put them all together. Hopefully, I can convince you. But watch the video, because in the video, there's some more explanation there.
We'll see.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for your 30 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
It took me a while, but you know what?
Na-refresh
Last